Hello, welcome to all you Leos. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for Leo for May 2016. And I'm going to talk about mainly three things: the Jupiter square Saturn, the Earth Trine, and Vesta and the new moon. So let's get started with this Earth Trine, because this is a continuation of last month. So there was also in April, but now it's even better in May, this earthly trine. Why? Because Mercury is involved in this, Mercury, Jupiter, Pluto, and Mercury goes direct as from the 23rd, and Jupiter goes direct as from the 10th. So communication, there is more clarity coming our way anyway, but the beautiful thing is that this is this beautiful energy, fluent energy. That is what is happening with the earthly trine, and for you it's in a double whammy because it's going on in earthly houses. The second house, the 10th house, the 6th house are all earth houses. What does it mean? On a very mundane level, you're earning more money. Could be the case. Isn't that nice? On another level, you're feeling more confident. So you're feeling more confident because your self-worth has risen for some reason. So either that is because you've worked on yourself a bit harder, or you're earning more money and that's giving you self-worth, or you're just valuing yourself more and that gives you this good feeling. Whatever it is a blessing for the whole month of May, because it's going on for so long. Normally a perfect trine goes on for like maybe 1 day or 2 days, but this one is a very long-lasting energy for the whole month actually. And again, it gets better after the 23rd. So Leos, you Leos out there who wanted to earn a little bit more money, who wanted to become a bit more self-confident, this is really happening for you. Now, there is a bit of a downside to it, you could say, and that is that Jupiter that is in the midst of that beautiful trine, that Jupiter is also clashing with Saturn. So Jupiter is in a square to Saturn. Now normally this is difficult, normally this is challenging, but because this Jupiter also makes all these other beautiful aspects, it's not that bad. So it can simply mean for you, the Saturn is in your 5th house of self-expression and the Jupiter in your 2nd house. It can simply mean that you earn more money because you work harder, and because of that, pleasure and hobbies is a bit on a low scale at the moment. So it could be as simple as that. Or you're gaining more self-worth because you're getting things done and you're very content. And again, it seems like you're doing a lot of work here. And because of that, the things that you enjoy are a bit more difficult for you. Or it's not that it's not there. On the contrary, you can have a new romantic relationship, you can have a new hobby, but it's just like there's no time for it or less time. But whatever it is, a clash means, so Jupiter is expanding and Saturn is responsibility and not expanding, but the clash is there to show you that you need both. You need work and you need hobbies and self-expression, and there need to be made a bit more of a balance. So let's say, so you cannot choose just for one planet. If you would say, look, I go for the work, I'm gonna work, that's the Jupiter, you go for the growth and you go for the work, Saturn will knock on your door and will say, hey, what about responsibilities towards your children, for instance? You're not spending enough time with your children, and so on and so on. If you would do too much of the fear and of the restriction when it comes to your hobbies, then Jupiter will knock on your door. I will say, hey, what about expansion here? So it's about balancing these two rather difficult to balance energies out. And so a square means you will be forced to do that. So it's a bit of a balance, I think, between pleasure and leisure, pleasure and work, I think, in general. Last but not least, there is a full moon happening with on the 21st, and after that full moon, Mercury goes direct on the 23rd. So this shows that this full moon is going to give lots of people more clarity. For you in particularly, maybe clarity about work, maybe clarity about a parent, your mom probably, or maybe clarity about an authority or a boss or a government institution or whatever. So more clarity coming up there. And this full moon, Vesta is included. And Vesta is a very little asteroid, and it's about focus and dedication. That's Vesta. And it's together with the sun during that full moon. It's together with the sun. And that will be in your 11th house of aspirations. And so there is some dedication there for maybe a new aspiration or an aspiration you have for a long time, whatever it is, you have a dedication, or maybe for a friend. You're dedicated towards a friend, helping them out, or dedicated towards a wish that you want to make true. Very all good and well, but at the same time, it opposes that fifth house with the moon there, with Mars there, with Saturn there. So there can be an opposition as well. An opposition means we need to integrate both planets, not just picking out one. So it's like the balance between your hobbies and your leisure, your pleasure, but also your objectives for the future, your alignment with other people. So it's like your own creativity versus also testing them, your aspirations with other people, for instance, with friends. So there can be a bit of things that come to light, things that, or maybe on a romantic level. It could mean that there is something coming up there. Maybe you are single, for instance, and there is a friend that comes a little bit more than just a friend. Could be the case as well with this opposition here. Now, whatever it is, I think it's a solid month for you Leos. It's a month that is very tangible, that is you're very much in this world. You're not floating around and maybe work is for some of you is asking a bit too much for you, but on the other hand, it's a blessing at the same time with that trine there. So you're also getting lots of confidence, maybe lots of money. But overall, it's certainly not a bad month, May, with a lot of issues there for you Leos. Mars will go in Scorpio on the end of the month. So for the late born Leos, so who have their sun sign or ascendant sign at the very late degrees of Leo, they will already feel that Mars is coming into Scorpio, but that is in your 4th house, your core actually, but that's more for next month because that's happening on the 28th of the month. So there's going to be a bit of more of a focus on your family life, on your roots at the very end of the month, and then in June onwards, on your roots or where you're coming from. You're digging a bit deeper there. You're digging deep. Maybe you, maybe your parents come from another country. If you've never been to that other country, there can be a longing to go to that country, for instance. Having said that, enjoy the month, you Leos. Enjoy this very earthly month. And thanks for listening, and see you next month. Bye-bye.